that she can get it across to each and every one of you. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. Any other question before I proceed? Okay. So today, basically, we'll be covering. I know we can't finish this material. It's a bit bulky, but we are going to continue, and then anywhere we stop, or anywhere we stop, we continue from there next week, hopefully. So basically, we'll be talking about data sorting, filtering, data validation, drop down list, basic pivot tables and charts, sliders and timeline, data visualization presentation. I'll be introducing to you to Power Query and some functions. So these are some things that we are going to be covering in this class. So we may not cover everything within these 2 hours, but we are going to definitely meet up some, and then from there we can continue on Saturday for the class. All right. So moving to my next slide here, slide 3. Basically, here we are looking at data sorting and filtering. Then the introduction here is basically that when you want to organize data, you want to organize your data in such a way that you can analyze them effectively, and as well as cases where you want to sort them. Sorting is the arrangement of data in a specific order. Then you could also do filtering, which means displaying only the data that matters in terms of certain that meet some criteria or certain criteria. Take for instance, I want you to know the difference between this. Sorting. Sorting happens to be in a case where you have an ordered list or an unordered list. Take for instance, you want to sort them from alphabetical order A to Z. That is sorting. But filtering is that maybe you want to see only names that start with the letter F. So you could filter to show a specific name, a specific data. So we are going to be looking at that practically and also the differences. So the objective here basically is to sort data in ascending or descending order. Then we are also going to apply filtering to display specific data, and also we are also going to look at advanced techniques for filtering data. Hope everybody can hear me, please. I just want to be sure that everybody can hear me now on this network. Okay, thank you. So I have a sample data here. Then the sample data basically it's a data that comprises of the columns name, age, and department. Now, in this data, you have to open your Excel workbook and then enter this data into it. Florence, you are raising your hands. Okay, it's down. Okay, so basically, we have to open our Excel and enter this data into it. Then we are now going to use it to
Can you?
perform. Yes.
Yeah. So your screen is looking very small. I don't know if it's just me or you
I'm
explain it later.
okay. Can you see it now? Is it better now? I'm going to enter this. I'm going to be opening Microsoft Excel now, and then we are going to be putting this data into Excel. So let me. That's where we are going to now. I'm sure you will see it. But is it better from your own end now?
It's just looking like the way our pictures are shown on the screen. So it's just showing a
Okay.
small portion.
Okay. But on
Yes.
my other device here now, It's on full screen. Can somebody else confirm that, please?
It's on full screen for me.
Okay.
We can see it very well, actually, if you have to.
But you can like zoom in from your end. That's it for the person that asked. You
Yes.
can zoom in from your end.
I've been sorry, I've been
Okay.
trying to do that. I'm not sorry for taking everybody back, but I'm not able to do that.
Okay.
Maybe you should change your page
I
layout
know.
Okay, to change my page layout.
to full screen.
Yes, but to full screen on your own device.
It's on full screen right now.
Hmm.
It is well. Just go ahead.
Okay. So basically, the way this is going to work is that I'm going to copy from my right hand side. You can see I splitted my screen. So I'm just going to have the column called name. Then I have age. Then I have the next one called department. Sorry. So if you want to follow me, I'm sure this is the right time to follow me. So you can open your Microsoft Excel and then also type along or copy. Okay, you don't have the slide yet. I'll drop it after the class. So basically, I'm going to be teaching you how to sort and how to filter with this information here. So we have the first name as John. Just going to keep it. Sorry, John. Then his age is 28. Then department is sales. I think I can just copy paste here. Then we have Sarah. Let me see if I can get everything. Okay, I'll just. So if you are following along, what I'm just trying to do is that I'm trying to get this information into the Excel here at the second side of my screen. That's 32. Then HR department. Then Michael, and then we have his age to be 45. Then he's in IT department. Then we have Jessica, and her age to be 22. Then she's in marketing department. So hope everybody followed along to this point. We have this here. You can just make
Yes, I
this
did.
bold. Okay. I earlier showed. Okay, I'm going to expand now. Now, on the home ribbon, I explained the other time that you can change your format. So I want this to be in area black, just to show you context of area black. Then now, this is where I want to also explain some little things that were not mentioned in class, but they are best explained in practical terms. If you notice, Michael, his name is under the line. So, likewise, Jessica. Then you want it to fit into the line so that you can see the name clearly. What you can do is that on this line, that's the column A, you can hold it and stretch manually. That is, you stretch it till it comes out, or you make sure you are on this second column, which is still on A, and double click. It will automatically do that for you. These are two ways you can achieve that. All right. So with this now, it fits to the text that you have inside your cell. So likewise for department, I can do that so that it fits in. Then for age, it fits in. So with this now, if you notice, it's nicely arranged and better presented now. Okay. The next thing we are going to be looking at is how to sort them either in ascending order or descending order. And then from the presentation slide here, I try to give a detailed explanation of that. If you come to slide 5, you will see it said the instruction says select the entire table, go to the data tab on the ribbon, click on A to Z. That is to sort them in ascending order by name. So if we come back to our Excel now, and I select the whole table, the entire table, they said on the ribbon, as you come to data, then I decided to do A to Z. You see, it sorts them in ascending ascending order from A to Z, making Jessica come before John, then John before Michael, Michael before Sarah, in that order. Any question at this point? Can anybody hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. No complaints from my end.
Okay. So
Yes, we can hear you.
Can you do that again? Let me see how you did that ascending order.
Okay, what I did, you know, the initial data looks like this: John, Sarah, Michael, and Jessica. What you have to do is that you select the entire table. Once you select the entire table, on your ribbon, by default, you are on home. You know, last week on Saturday, we were talking about the different tabs on the ribbon. You are, by default, you find yourself on home. You have to come to the ribbon that is called data. Then once you are on the ribbon called data, you will see where it says sort and filter. Then under sort and filter, you will see where there's an arrow pointing A to Z downward. You click on that and it sorts it in ascending order for you. That is from Jessica.
I'm trying to look for sort and filter. I've selected the entire table.
It's on data up there.
Okay, on data. I've seen it.
Okay. Any other question? We have question. Yeah. I'm listening.
Can you just take it again? Like do a recap.
Okay, one more time for everybody. I Control Z. This is how the initial data looks like, right? What you're going to do is that you're going to select the entire table. Then, okay, let me do this. You'll be on the home tab, select the entire data. Now come to the data tab on the ribbon. You will see it, data. You have home, insert, page layout, formula, and then data. You click on data, then on the sort and filter, you will see where it says A to Z. You click on that, and then it sorts it for you. Any question? Any question? Or can anybody get me?
No question for me.
No question.
Okay. Okay. Now, the process of doing this is called sorting. Then, if I select everything and I decide to do the reverse, which is from the highest to the lowest or in descending order, you will see that it reversed the case for me. making Sarah come before Michael, before John, and then Jessica. So that is how you perform sort. That's how you perform sorting, basically. So the instruction from the presentation slide will help you if you can follow it. As you can see, it says select the entire table, go to the data tab on the ribbon, click on A to Z to sort by name. With that now you have done the process of sorting. We are going to use this more practically later in the course of we now getting real world data and trying to analyze it. But you have to know how to apply the steps. When I say sort the data in descending order, you should know what to do. Now, the next case here is filtering of data. Filtering of data, I said it earlier that filtering of data is to display the data or display only the data that meets some criteria. So now in slide 5 here, it said select the headers, the header row of your table, go to the data tab on the ribbon, click on filter, then click on the drop down arrow on the department column header and select HR. We're going to practicalize that now. So if we come here, the instruction says we should select our header row. This is our header row. That is the name, age, and department. Now you come to the data tab you came to before while you were also trying to sort. But in this case, we're not going to be using sort, but we're going to be using filter. You click on filter. Once you do that now, you notice there are drop down, an arrow pointing down like a drop down appears on each of the headers. So if we click here, you can see that there's a dialog box that appears here. Now this dialog box shows all the information here. If I want to sort by only marketing team or only HR department, I can check HR and click OK. Now only Sarah would appear or would display. The process, whenever you are engaging this process, you are doing what we call filtering. You are filtering the data. All right. In more practical sense, you are going to have more people in HR department. If you select HR department like this, you're going to have all the people in HR department. If you select marketing team, or if you select HR and IT, you're going to have all the people in HR and IT team appearing only on the screen. So whenever you do this process, you have filtering. So, yeah, I have one person raising up his or her hand. Any question? Yes.
Can I say something?
Yes, I'm with
Okay,
you.
so Mr. Gates, there
Sorry.
there are some workbooks you get, and then
Yes,
the drop down somehow when you click on a particular column, there's already drop
yes.
down that will be there. I'll be like custom sort, custom filter. There are some data that come like that. So
Okay, that is possibly if the table has been, okay, I'm going to show you something now. Let's go back to, I'm going to clear filter and copy this data. I'm going to copy this, Control C, and then I'm going to come to column H and I'll paste it as just value, adjust the value like this. Now, if I select this like this, let me not do it here, Control X. I'm going to do it in a new sheet to answer that question. If the data is like this and it was formatted as a table, take for instance, I decide to select everything, come to home, on home, I come to style tab and I say format as table. and I select any table option, yes, it's asking me, does the first row, should it make the first row there, the headers? Yes. So in that case, you can see automatically the filtering comes along with it. So in this case, if the data was already formatted as a table, you are going to get it in that order. Have I answered that question?
It was not really a question. I just wanted others to know.
Okay, yes. Okay, fine. That's good. So if the data is already formatted as a table, you will get the filter tab along with it in that order. Okay. Now, I'm sure there is no question. Everybody is getting it. So I'm going to go to slide 6. Slide 6 basically is just me doing my usual quiz, but in this case, I've provided all the answers, so it's not going to be an assignment. It's just for you to read through. If you are going to be answering an interview question, they could easily ask you differentiate between sorting and filtering in Excel. So by now you should know the difference, and the answer is sorting arrange data in a specific order, while filtering displays only data that meets certain criteria. Please take note of that. So that's just an interview question that could be asked anytime. As a data analyst, you could be asked such kind of question. So now the next part I'm coming into is, let me read it, data validation and drop down lists. So that's the next subheading we'll be looking at. In this case, where the introduction basically is we want a case where we can maintain the integrity of our data by restricting the type of data that is entered into a particular cell or into a particular column. Now, the other case there is that we want to see how we can do drop-down lists by providing predefined options for users. Now, the objective here is basically to, at the end of the day, you'll be able to implement data validation to restrict data entry and also create drop down that could be used from a list. So we're going to look at that in slide 8 now. Now, here, the data we have here, it says select the range of cell A1, go to your data tab, click on data validation and set allow to whole numbers. So I'm going to explain that practically so that we can see that now. So take for instance, I want a case that this particular column, I want it that you should be able to, you can only enter whole numbers. So the instruction says select this column, come to data, then right here, usually it's on the data tool, you will see it says, let me see, yeah, it's always on the data tool around, you come to data, then the tab where it says data tool is always the last one here. So you're going to click on that. Now, once you click on that, you could see it says allowed criteria. You have to select only whole numbers. Then you want to select a range between whole numbers you want to accept. Now, I want definitely, let's say you want the age to be a minimum of 18 and above, but not greater than 60. So we can put a minimum of 18 and a maximum of 60. So once we do that, once you put that, you can say, okay, now in this case here, if I try coming here and maybe I want to add a new information, I say gift. then age, I decide to write 100 and tab, you see I get an error. Why? Because it's saying that that column does not allow an age above the certain a certain criteria that we have set in this case. Now, once you have it like this, it helps you to maintain data integrity. If I decide to write maybe 12 also, which is less than 18, it will not also work. So, but if I have maybe I cancel this now and I have something like 22 tab, you see it works now. Maybe department IT, I decide to do that. Now, what this does basically, it helps you to maintain data integrity and during data entry.
Sorry, Mr. Gift, please, can you just do a recap? Because I tried, but my after I clicked on it, I was still able to impute on the cell, impute a number on the cell.
Okay. I'm going to take it one more time. I'm going to take it one more time. In this case, I'm going to do it as a new column. You get my point. I'm going to write, let's just have a heading called ages. Let's take, for instance, this is what you have on your column, like this. So what you are going to do is you select the whole column this way. Are you with me? Then you come to data tab on the ribbon. Then you come to where it says data tools. You would see an icon that it looks like there's a check mark, and a stop sign on it. If you hover over it, you see the name is data validation. You click on that. Once you click on that, you can select different types of cases. In this case, we want to confirm for whole numbers, that is specific whole numbers. You could do it for decimals, you could do it for a list, you could do it for a date, you could do it for length of the text length. Maybe you don't want the text to be more than 4. Maybe you want the agenda to, they should just write gender as just letter F or letter M. You could customize it that it should only take one length of 1. You get my point? So, but in this case, we want whole number. Then for whole number, you have to specify the range of data you want to accept. In this case, we said we want to accept 18 and above, but not more than 60. That is 60 as the maximum. Do you get it to that point, please?
Yes.
Okay. Now, once you have that, you click on OK. Now, this column has been set to that order now. It means that in this case now, you can have age like you can't have age like 10. It's going to throw you an error, but you can have an age like anything. You can have 19, right? You can have 19. You can have 59 accepted. You can have 60, but you can't have 61 because it is above it. Okay. Any other question? Did you get it?
Yes, I did perfectly.
Okay. So that's in this case now we are doing what we call data validation. This why this knowledge is important is that in most cases you might want to collect data, and then you want to be sure that the data you are collecting is the exact type of data or the exact information you want to get. I was trying to explain, I love to use that also as example, gender. Let's take, for instance, we have gender now. Okay, we have gender. Okay, so I select that, I come to data, I come to data validation and I select length of text. I say a minimum of 1 and a maximum of 1, and okay. So now if I try typing in like 2 letters and tab, I'm going to have error, but it can only take 1 letter, letter F, letter M. If I type in mail, it's going to throw me an error. But
Yes.
that in this case now, you are setting validation that it can only be letter F for female and letter M for male. That's also another use case for it. So, sure, nobody has any question, any hands up?
Yes, sir.
Go on, Anthony.
Want to repeat?
Sir, this data validation,
Hello?
mine didn't change. So I tried to do what the exact things that you did. Minimum of 18 and maximum of 60, but mine didn't change.
Are you getting an error or
I'm not getting any error, but it didn't change. I still have the whole ages that I put here.
no? Is it the old ages? Did you try entering the new age?
I can't hear you, sir.
Did you try entering the new age or you have old?
I entered new age, not the old one, new one, just like you did.
First, let me which version of the
So please, I can't hear you very well.
yeah, which version of the bed are you using?
Ew, 2013.
Uh, you know, that's why I said 16 or higher.
Okay.
But because it should work.
But mine didn't work.
Sir, please, I have a
Let,
question.
let, sorry,
Can
you
you
know
go
what
over
it
it
is?
again? This example you gave with gender. I think I missed this step.
But yeah, let me quickly clarify this. We have exactly it's already 1 hour. We have you can use just mute yourself that echo out. What I'm saying is that let's fix that's why I said maybe somebody said that they had problem last week. I asked the person to reach out. The person did not. So in your own case now, I'm also asking you, try reaching out so that even if it's just a 5 minute call, I could jump on a call with you and you can share your screen so that I see the error, please. Okay. Now, the person asking
Thank you, sir.
to explain, I would re-explain one more time before I proceed, please. Okay. What I'm saying is that, take for instance, I want some people use gender, some people use sex, depending on what you want to use. And then what I said is once you have your column like this, you can select the whole column, come to data, then on data, come to data validation. You click on it. Once you click on it, is anybody saying something? Okay. Once you click
No,
on
sir,
it,
please go ahead.
okay, uh, you come to where it says length of text. In this case, what I want is how long I want the text to be. If I want it to take only 5 characters, the minimum will be 5. The minimum will be 0 and the maximum will be 5. But I want it to take only the first letter, be it of male or female. I could select length of text. It asks me what is the minimum I want. 1. That's the minimum I want. Then I want also the maximum to be 1. And I click OK. So if I come here and decide to type mail like this and tab, I'm going to get an error because if you count the letter here for mail, you have four characters. So it has to be a maximum of 1 character for it to work. Did you get that? So same thing for female. If you decide to type the full female like this, it's not going to work. You have to type only the first letter of the female for it to work. That was what I was trying to explain.
Okay, so Mr. Adi,
Did
please
you
a
get
quick
it?
question. So if
Yeah.
yeah, so if you want to increase the text length, you just choose the number. So instead of putting 1, you can put 2, minimum 2,
Yes,
maximum 2, right?
you can put 3, yes, you can put 4, yes, depending on what you want. Why we do that is for memory management. You get my point? If this Excel is taking like 16 to 20 columns, I don't want, because of gender, I don't want a case that you have to be typing the long word as female, long as male. Just having letter F, the analyst, can code it that F is for female, M for male. That's just it, basically. Okay. Now, the next part I want to explain here
Sorry,
is
Sister Gift,
the
I have a
drop down.
question.
Okay.
Sister Gift, what if you want to
Let
remove
me.
the
Is
validation?
it about if you want to remove the validation?
Yes.
Okay, let's go back. What you can do is select the column and then come to this place. Then you see where it says clear validation. You clear it. Now it should accept mail. Hopefully. Oh no, I'm coming. Select, come here. Let me see. No. Okay, let's see. Um, sorry, my Excel is full. Um, okay. See about that. Okay, validation. Okay, clear all validation, and then okay, that's fine. That should work now. Sorry, I should my Excel. Let me just close and
I tried it,
reload.
it
Okay.
works.
Yeah, it should work. So what you do is maybe for the brother, everybody should get it. You select, you come to data, you come to validation. Definitely it's going to show you like this. So you're going to clear, you click on clear all. Once you clear all, you say okay. Now it's going to take sometimes it's going to load. Once it loads, it's going to clear it out for you. Now you can now type in the full thing and it should accept.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It worked.
Okay. So now the next item here is uh, drop down list. Drop down list. How it works is that you have to select B2. I'm just trying to do an instance. Then go to data tab, click on validation, and then click on data validation. Click on set allow, click on list, and then select the list of items in that column. and then you have it. So I'm going to do that practically so that we can see that now. So let's say, for instance, I'm going to copy this column out, Control C and Control V. I'm going to paste it as text. Now, say for instance, I have column I here, this particular column. So I'm going to select this. I'm going to come to data, then we come to data validation. Instead of having, you're going to select this. Now, it's going to ask you for, in this case now, it's going to ask you for the source. So you're going to click on source, then you select the source of the data you want to validate. These are the source. Then you click OK. Now it's going to pick that. Then you say OK. Now, in this case, if you come here, you will notice there is now a new arrow here. So if I click on this arrow, I can easily now change HR to sales, then come here, change IT to marketing, then come here, change sales to IT, then change marketing to sales. Then you can still have, okay, I'm going to put HR because I think HR is just one. Are you with me?
I said
Hello.
I'm kind of lost. I don't know if you can do a recap.
Okay.
I'm lost.
What I'm saying is, okay, you are lost also. Okay, fine. Let's start like this. I come here. You have in your data, you might have certain columns you want to keep to be unique. When I mean unique, that means you want users to only select them and not type them in. You get my point? You want them to select them and not type them in. So an example is this department. So in this case now, I'm going to paste them as text so that you can see. Sorry, I'm going to delete this. Now you can see I have department here like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this this data. Then I come to data. Once I'm on data, you see the same place you are doing whole number validation just now. You click on it, but in this case, you are going to use list. Any question? You're going to use list. Now, in this list here, you are going to select the source. When they say source, that means the information you want that was predefined, that you want the exec to use. So you click on this arrow pointing upward here. This arrow pointing upward here. You click on it. Sorry, hope everybody can still hear me, please.
Yes,
Can I get okay. Okay, so what I'm saying is that once you click on that arrow, you can select the headers you want. That's the range. You know, last week we talked about the range. In this case, range you want is HR, IT, sales, marketing, and IT. That's the range of data I want it to be unique to. So I can select that, click this arrow pointing downward again. It brings you back to this environment. Once it brings you back here, you can click on OK. Now, whenever you are on HR, you can decide to, or you are on IT, you can decide to change it to HR. That means maybe you are moving this person, you are moving Michael from IT department to HR department. So that's a way to do it. Now, the advantage is that if I now come and I decide to say I want to add a new person and I decide to put IT like this, it's going to throw me, it's going to be like, okay, since I selected that range, now I can decide to do HR like this, you see you have that range for the IT. That's you are moving gift from IT. You can select the next person for sales. You can select the next person for HR. So basically, what it does is that it just gives you that leverage to be able to control the kind of information across each of them, across each of your columns, basically. Any question? Any question? Can anybody hear me? Emoji, please.
No,
We can hear you. We don't have a question.
Okay, okay. Let me see. I have this here. Okay, my next slide here is what is the purpose of data validation? How do you create validation? That's just for your consumption while reading. All these are what I call them reflection questions, or questions that they are likely there is likelihood that you might be asked in your interview. You might be asked somewhere. Maybe you are trying to get into the IT role. These are questions that your recruiter might just ask you. So they are just simple questions, but it could be, it's not about too much of complex questions. Little questions like this can throw you off balance. So now, okay, basics of pivot table and chart. Now handle and try to make it these things that is going to be very exciting when we'll be doing it. Now, basically, pivot table helps you to summarize, it helps you to analyze, and with the data it analyzes, you can visualize those data. Now, pivot data with pivot table and pivot charts, basically, you can analyze data, you can summarize data, and you can visualize them. Now, the next thing here is that create a pivot table. I'm going to teach you how to create a pivot table from a data. Now, the next thing is how to generate pivot tables and also pivot charts. These are things we're going to look at and we're going to try to create. So we have an example here. The example here is that you have products, you have this the sold amount and the month to which they were sold. So we're going to enter this data into Excel and then try to use pivot table to summarize it, and then you will see how pivot table works. And then later we're going to use a larger data set to work with pivot table. So please let me quickly chip in this. Don't miss Saturday's class. Saturday's class is going to be interesting because we're going to be using, I'm just using sample data here. Saturday's class, we're going to be using real world data sets, and then we're going to be implementing most of these concepts that we are looking at the basics today. Please take note of that. Now, to get this into my Excel, I can quickly open my Excel here and then open a new worksheet. Let me see. I should be able to get it. Okay. Now, sorry. Okay. So what I have here is product, sales, and month. So now you're going to take note of the way I'm going to enter it, because if you just copy it and paste it, especially for the month, you're going to have challenge with it. So we have products, we have sales, then we have months. Now for the product, we have capital letter A, that's product A, product B, then product A, product B. Now, once we have that, we can have the sales is 100, 200, then 150, and 250. Please, is everybody following? Hope everybody is following. Okay, fine, good. Now, the next thing is this month. This month, I want you to be careful how I'm going to enter it. Now, for the month of January, remember your knowledge the knowledge I passed last week. You're going to have to come to your home. Now, select column C. I'm trying to maximize it so we can see the screen fully. Always show full, no, sorry, not full screen. Always show ribbon. Okay, so that we can see it. Okay, fine. So you're going to select column C. Now, you're going to come to home. Then you come to the type and change it to short date. Take note. If you don't do that, we're going to have challenge when we want to do timeline. Take note of that. So now once we have it in date, I can decide to do it first. According to the slide here, we have January, February, March. The day was not stated. So we could decide to have 1st of January, 1st of March, February, March, and April in that case. So it's going to be 1st, 20 of January, then I'm going to use 2023. Then I will confirm that date correct with me, which is correct in this way. Now I'm going to also, using autofill, I may decide to drag it down, but you notice it's going to do 1st, 2nd, 3rd, but that's not what I want. So autofill will not work there. So I can easily go back to my short date. Once I go back to my short date, I'm going to have the next one is going to be 01 slash 01, that's month is going to 2 slash 2023. Then the next one is going to be, I'm just going to copy that and change the month. I'm going to change this to 3. Then I'm going to copy and paste that and change it to 4 again. So I'm going to change this to 4. Okay, hope everybody followed to this point, please. So
no, please come back.
Okay, Control Z. Yeah, where did you miss it, or where did you get it wrong, please? I should just
from the
explain
date.
all
From
over.
the date. No, from the date, please.
Okay, from the date. I said the date. Once you have month as your header, like this, once you have it as your header as month, make sure you select it and come to home, change it to the type. You know, on Saturday I was discussing short, long date. I was talking about short date, long date. So change it to short date, then enter the first day. You get my point. Enter the first day. I'm just using 2013 as example. Okay.
Okay.
Any other question? Okay. Once you have that for January 1st. Yeah.
This 01/01/2023, were you the one that imputed it?
Yes, I was the one that typed it. I typed it myself.
Okay.
Okay. I'm the one that typed it. What you just need to do is you can just type 1/1/2020 2023, 2024, any of your choice. Just do that. It will change it to date format for you. That's what I'm saying in this form. Then once you have it, you can copy, then you paste it again, but you only change the second one. Instead of having 0101, you're going to have 01/02. That's for the second one, 2023. Then for the third one, it's going to be 01/03 2023. For the fourth one, 01/2020 04/2024. That's what it's going to be. Is everybody with me?
Yes, I have a question. Please, why am I not typing February or January? Is there a particular reason?
Sorry. Let me, like here, just type in February, right? As the data is
Like
here, like this, right?
Okay, so I already did that editing on that cell, on that column, to say that it should display any dates there as short dates. So when I'm typing, if I type January 2023, for instance, it will still put it in short date format. That's 1/1/. So is there a particular reason why you chose to be typing 01/01/2023? That's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Or it was just a matter of preference?
Yes, it's just a matter of preference. You can decide any day, but what I want to achieve at the end of the day, I want to be able to display it like this as Jan, Feb, March, and April at the end of the day. That's what I want to be able to achieve. That's why I'm using 01. You can decide to use any day of the month. I'm just using 01 as just like the first day of each of the months.
No, sir, you don't understand. Okay, so in my own Excel, right, when I type, just like I put, when I type January, if I type January 2023, it automatically, once I click enter, it automatically goes to display my date as 1/1/2023.
Yes.
And then when I type February, it says 2/1/2023. That's what it says. So I'm saying, because I heard you saying something about when we do use a pivot table, you don't want it to, in the pivot table, is it going to go and display it as full January, or it's just a matter of your preference, how you decided to type in the dates?
Yes. The way I created the syllabus box, we are going to talk about what we call timeline. You get my point? Timeline shows the trend over time. If you don't set this data here as a date format, when you get to the pivot table and you want to create a timeline, you're going to run into problems. That's why I'm stating it now, so that we can avoid that problem later. Okay? But maybe when we get there, I would also show you, if you would have just typed it as just random text, the issue you will run into. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Is that clear? Yeah. So now,
Yes,
now that I have any other question, any other question quickly? Okay. So now that we have this set like this, we have it set like this. The next thing I want us to do is to this column is that, remember I said that I want it to show in this format, right? Sorry, slide, slide 11. So I want it to show in this format as just JAN as January, FBE as February. So how can I achieve that? I think last week we discussed it a little, but I'm going to show you now. So you come to your date, you come to more, where it says more number format. You click on it. Once you click on it, you will see where it says custom. Custom is the last option. Custom, right? Now, once you are on custom, you will notice that the format is displaying now is that in the type, where it says type here, I'm highlighting it. Maybe possibly you will see it from your end. I'm highlighting it on this type here. It's showing DD, that means the day, /MM, which is the month, /YYY, which is the year. But the way I want it to display is that I want it to just display it as the first 3 letters of the month, right? So, and I said last week that the way to do that is that you can type 3 letters of M. So if you write 3 letters of M, 3 M's, and you remove all the DD and the YY, and you have it like that, and press enter, you will have it as January, February, March, and April in the exact format it is on the presentation slide. Any question? Did everybody get that?
Yes.
Any question? Okay. So quickly, that's what I wanted to quickly clarify. We have 30 more minutes. Now, I'm going to introduce you to pivot table. Then next week we are going to continue. So rather this week Saturday we're going to
Sorry,
continue
sir.
more from. Yes.
Sorry, sir. I have a
Okay.
question. Okay, so
I'm with
these 3 letters of M, it's like something you created. It's not like something that was there, I guess.
Ma, come again, please.
I think it's something you created. It's not something that's on my drop down, right? The format
Yes,
you chose,
the
it's
3
not
M's
there
is not there.
before. I
That's
have to
why I
like
said
create it.
it's not there. Yes, you have to create it on your own.
Okay.
Why I'm doing that is that I'm showing you, cases where they want it exactly. Maybe you want to enter data and you want it exactly the way it is on the document that was given to you. Like the document
Okay.
we have here, they did not show us the day and the year. It's just the letter, it's just the 3 letters of the month that was shown. So I'm teaching you how you can achieve that.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So pivot tables, basically, how you get pivot tables is that it says the first thing you have to do is that you have to select the range, the data range, go to insert, click on pivot table. Then number 3, it says place the pivot table in a new worksheet. Now drag the cells. Okay, fine. I'm going to explain that practically. So the first thing, anytime you want to create pivot table, this is the first thing you do. You select the entire range of data, like as I have here now. I've selected the entire range of data. Okay. Once that is selected, you come to insert. You click on insert. All right. Once you click insert, now you see this part where it says pivot table. It's the first icon on the top right of your screen. You are going to click on it. Okay. Once you click on it, a dialog box will appear on your screen like this. Now, once this dialog box appears, because you have selected this range, you will see it says range table/range. It will automatically pick that range for you. Now, ask you, do you want to create this pivot table in a new workbook, in a new worksheet, which most of the case I would advise. sorry. Okay, you can see my screen now. Okay, so now, which in most cases you want to click on new pivot sheet. So you click on pivot sheet and new worksheet, then click on OK. So that will automatically create it will create a new worksheet and then give you access to create your pivot table. Okay. Now, what you're going to do here is you want to summarize the data you have from your previous table. Now, to do that is that look at this dialog box where it says at this right-hand side, where it says pivot table fields. You will see that there you have the columns, you have your data there. We have product, we have sales, we have month. So now, in this case, I want to summarize the total sum of my sales for each product. Now, to achieve that, I'm going to drag product to row. Once you have it like that, you can now see that here, instead of having ABAB in 4 places, you now have it just in 2 places. Now, it has summarized it together. Now I'm going to drag in sales to the value. You drag sales to the value. What this will do, it will automatically sum all the product of A and automatically sum all the product of B and give you the aggregate together. So the sum of the product of A is 250 and the sum of product B is 450. Any question?
I'm sorry, I got lost after you.
Okay.
You clicked on create a new worksheet.
Okay. Okay. I get that. Remove column. I'm going to remove what I have here so that I'll explain. But once you click on new worksheet, it brings you to this environment. Are you on something like this on screen that looks like this?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Okay. Then at the right hand side, can you see this where it says pivot table fields at the top?
At the top.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes. Aha. In that place, you should see the 3 columns we have from our data, which is the product, the sales, and the month. Did you see that? Okay.
I think I'm
now. Yes. So you are going to click and drag. You know how you do like something like drag and drop. You are going to drag under it. Under it, you see where it says filter, columns, rows, and value. Right? At this section, if you can see my arrow, I'm trying to highlight it. Okay, let me I can't expand that, but let me see if I can make it bigger so that you can see. Okay, I'm trying to stretch it out so that you can see. Can you see my screen? You can see it says filter here.
Sorry,
yes.
Mr. Gibbs, sorry to interrupt. I can't see this right hand side. How did you get these fields and everything to come out? Because I have the diagram on the left displayed on my Excel, but this pivot table fields, I can't see it on my own Excel.
Okay. I guess I know what's happening. You can see it's just blank, right?
Yes, it just has like the normal columns. I can't see any.
Normal, something like this. I'm going to cancel my own so that you see it. It looks like this on my screen. Blank,
no, mine
like
doesn't.
This is how yours. just
No,
like
it
this,
doesn't.
right?
No, just the normal
Right
columns
with
and row and columns. Am I supposed to select anything on the right to make that part come out? On the left, rather.
yes. You see this dialog box. You see this dialog box here. Click on it once. Click on it once like this. On where it starts. Just click on it. You get my point.
Okay. So
What is
it's
it
out
out?
now. Yes.
So now, in other cases, if it doesn't come out, like in my own case now, you can see I've clicked on it, but it's not coming out. You have to come to, once you click on it, you will see that there is this new ribbon that comes, there's this new tab on your ribbon which says pivot table analysis. At the top, you have to click on it and click on where it says field list. You click on it, then it bring out this one. In case you close it, that's the way to bring it out. Okay. So now what I'm saying is that we are going to drag in product to road, then drag in sales to value. This will summarize your data for you. It will summarize the data as you have product A and B, the sales for the sum of the sales in product A and the sum of the product in product B. That's what it will do for you.
Mr. Gift, I thought from the data he had given us before, yeah, he had like product A to D. I don't know why it's just coming out as just A and B, because mine actually came out as A to D and then
yes, not A to D. Actually, it's not A to D, it's A, B, A, B. That means like the product is just like selling a product A 2 times and selling product B 2 different times. Yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hello, Mr. Gift.
So,
good evening, sir. I have a question, please.
Okay. Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay, now after creating the pivot, and let's say you finish creating the pivot and your values are correct. If you want to make edits, let's say you want to delete one row from your original sheet. If you delete it, is it going to affect on your pivot?
For now.
Can we see that done, please?
Now it will not. But I'm going to teach you how. Yes, for now it will not. But I'm going to teach you more. This is going to be something we are going to practicalize on Saturday. I don't want to pivot deep into data analytics. So I'm going to teach you how to connect your pivot table such that once you delete your data, it reflects here. You get my point? And also, we can also create charts. And whenever you create your chart, I'm going to teach you, because the three works hand in hand. So I don't want to rush to teach you how to connect it and disconnect, and then you have issues on it later. It's like a stepwise stuff. So I'm going to explain that, please. I'll take note of that question and try to answer it.
Okay, noted.
Doing that.
Please, people should note it, please.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Please, can you just...
Yeah. Any other question?
Yeah, sorry. Can you just take this? I was struggling to get my pivot table filled out. So please, can you just like recap on how you match the products and all that?
Okay.
A bit rap, something like that.
In a nutshell,
like that.
Okay, I'm going to take this one more time. Because the last 15 minutes of this class is going to be for a small pop quiz and that will help me also take my attendance, please. So I'm going to do that in the last 15 minutes, but I'm just going to take a minute to recap this, and then we continue and get a broader knowledge on Saturday. Okay. So now I said how to create pivot table. Once you have your data, you select everything here. You select all the range of your data. You come to insert. You click on insert. Once you click on insert, you will see where it says pivot table. It's the very first on the insert ribbon on tables. You click on it. It's going to ask you, do you want to create it in a new worksheet? Yes. For now, we're going to create it in a new worksheet. So you click on create on a new worksheet, and then you say okay. Once you say okay, it brings you to this new, it's going to create a new worksheet, and then in this worksheet, it's going to now list out all the products, all the columns you have on the previous table. Like it's going to list out products, sales, and month for you. Now, once it lists it out, you are going to drag product to where it says row under here. You're going to drag product to row, then drag sales to where it says value. So I'm going to click on that, drag, and put it here. So that's how you achieve that. So you drag sales to value and drag product to value. Okay?
Sorry, Mr. Gibbs, can I cut you here? Please, what's the criteria for placement of rows and values? Because you just place the products on under rows. Like, what are the criteria for someone to know what to place in rows and values?
Okay. In most cases, they are going to specify a question for you. That's why I said don't miss Saturday's class. In Saturday's class, it's going to be a full data set. Then you're going to be seeing the questions. Questions like find the total sum of product that was sold from the month of January to the month of April. Questions like that. That's a question. Find the sum of product that was sold in the month of January to the month of April. In that case, with that question, you already know that what you want to find the sum is the product. So the item that you want to find will be in your role, and then the equivalent quantity you want to define will be in your sales. All right, I'm going to get deep into it on Saturday, hopefully, so that you get a glimpse of it. But this is how pivot table works basically. All right. So I don't know if I've explained that to some extent that you get.